Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Lord Decius here, starting my first Let's Play of one of my personal favorite games ever made for the PC, Sword of the Stars, complete with every expansion up to date with this game. So let's go ahead and go into this. We're going to create a custom game. And first thing we want to do is we're going to pick our map. This looks like a pretty good one. The cool thing about this game is that you can set this from as many as 16 stars all the way up to 350. It's over 9,000! But, so we're going to be setting it to about 100. And you can click here and type it in as well, which is pretty cool. You can do that with all of these. We're going to set the distance between planets. We're going to keep it the same. We're going to keep these at the default just to maintain consistency. As well as these, we're not going to mess with these. Random encounters. Let's make it 8%. We'll keep it at normal difficulty, and we'll keep it as alliances so that we can have diplomatic relations. There are 6 races. The humans, well, of course the humans. The Hivers, which are basically the insectoid, anthill hierarchy, military civilization. Then we have the Tarka, which are like a humanoid, reptilian race, very militaristic and imperialistic based. Then we have the Lear, which are basically your telepathic, religious zealots kind of a thing. They really prefer peace over anything else, so they're pretty easy to get along with a lot of the time. Then we have the Zool. They basically exist to cause destruction. There's no getting along with these people. Currently have them turned off because they are ridiculously hard to beat, because they usually create massive fleets more so than others. However, if as time goes on, we do another Let's Play of this, which we will be doing, you guys can tell me whether you want the Zool in or not. And then we have the Marigi, which are essentially the ancient inhabitants of the galaxy. And in the story, they are basically they were essentially what humans saw as dragons. They came and shared their technologies and their culture with humans and other races when they were in their earlier stages of development, aka when the Roman Empire was around and crap like that. But then everybody started having wars, and then they didn't like that because they thought the galaxy as theirs and their sacred ground. So yeah, they're pretty angry. Enough about that. We're gonna keep these at the default. We're gonna set the treasury the same as the colonies. We're gonna start out with our initial technologies. Keep these the same, and I think we are ready. So let's go ahead and create the game. And we'll label this as Lord Decius LP. Now, I'll be playing as the Marigi for our first LP of this game, because they're so badass. At least I think so. And then we'll set up the rest of the races. set the Hivers, Tarka, got the humans, we get the Lear. Oh no, I'm gonna want to set up my color. Let us begin!
System update.
System update indeed. So the first thing you're going to want to do in your first turn is immediately pick a technology to research. You always want to be researching. And what I usually do is go straight into biological tech. I'm going to want to go with gene modification, because this technology tree is going to unlock more, I guess, technologies that will allow us to colonize and develop planets a lot faster. So we're going to want to go up this tree.
All women will solve this mystery, my kind.
Research can... It's kind of funny. Research isn't a definite thing. It never completes exactly on time. Well, it sometimes does, but it can vary. It says 8 turns to complete, but it has a chance to go over budget, which means it could go from 100% complete to 150% complete without actually being done. And I would still have to keep on researching it more than I should have, which is really annoying. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. I mean, it really gets on your nerves as you play this game. Or, the latter, it can, from 50% to 100%, it can be researched early, ahead of schedule. And that is wonderful. You always want to do that. I mean, you always want to be able to do that when you can. To increase the likelihood of that happening, you can input some of your savings in your treasury directly to boost research. But you see how as I move this over and increase the amount, this bar gets into a redder and redder color? That's telling us, whoa, dude, you're increasing the risk of something bad happening while using this technology. So the more you put into it, into this boost research, the higher the likelihood that something bad will happen to your civilization. It's kind of a random event will happen. For example, if I was researching something like AI intelligence, a bunch of my planets could be overthrown by AI technology if something went wrong. So that would be very, very bad. So only do this in small increments when you think it's safe. I'm going to be putting most of my stuff into research. That's what I meant, research. And now when we look back at this, we can see it's 3 turns to complete. That's because I diverted all of my income, or most of my income, into research, as indicated by the yellow compared to the green. Before I move on to playing the game, I want to explain one more thing. This thing is going to be very important. Looking at this, you're going to be able to tell how we're doing, and especially this screen. Our income is the green. Our research expenses, yellow. Our special project research will be in white. Planetary development, you'll be seeing that a lot, will be in light blue. And regular blue will be fleet maintenance, you'll be seeing that some. And as far as these two go, that's only going to happen if we need to help an ally, if we make an ally in this game. Additional costs, I really don't know. We can explain that later if it comes up. So without further ado, we will construct our first few ships. We want to create a scouting party.
Yes, my God. More ships will be built. System update.
Extended range. Extended